Vin Diesel is one of Hollywood's biggest actors. He is at the forefront of the action movie genre and has played the lead role in many action flicks over the years. Vin Diesel, whose real name is Mark Sinclair, rose to fame by playing Dominic Toretto in the uber-popular Fast and Furious franchise. Vin Diesel's film career spans more than just Fast and Furious, however. Vin Diesel got his first significant role in Steven Spielberg's Saving Private Ryan. This movie, released in 1998, went on to be a huge success for Spielberg, raking in a whopping $482 million at the box office. Vin Diesel played Private Adrian Caparzo in the film, which slingshotted Diesel's career into what it is today. Even though Saving Private Ryan made such a massive amount of money, the up-and-coming Vin Diesel was only granted a $100,000 payday for all of his efforts in the film. While that isn't chump change, it's certainly a lot less than Vin would be making in the rest of his career. Vin Diesel has made most of his fortune while acting, and has been in some of the most critically acclaimed movies of the past 30 years. Diesel had a role in both Avengers Infinity War and Avengers Endgame, which grossed a combined $4.8 billion. He has been in all of the Fast and Furious films, which have grossed a combined $5 billion. The amount of money grossed by this franchise has made it the most successful Universal Studios franchise of all time. The Fast and Furious franchise has been incredibly lucrative for Universal Studios, and not just in the box office. The Fast and Furious franchise has also spawned many toys and action figures that are marketed at the younger audience of the films. These toy lines have been very successful, and have earned Vin Diesel and Universal plenty of dough. The most popular toys that were produced for the Fast and Furious franchise were remote control cars that were sold by Radio Shack. There were also scaled die-cast replicas of the cars featured in the films. The Fast and Furious franchise has also spawned theme park attractions at Universal Theme Park, as well as a Fast and Furious live tour. These live shows would showcase extreme stunt driving as well as pyrotechnics that truly captured the intensity of the Fast and Furious films. Vin Diesel made a killing on the latest Fast and Furious movie, The Fate of the Furious. Diesel is credited as the film's producer, which adds to the amount of money he makes. He's had a producer credit since the fourth film in the famed franchise, and he has also earned a performance bonus along with it. The Fate of the Furious earned a whopping $1.236 billion at the box office, with most of those earnings coming from the global release of the film. Universal Studios had a very aggressive international push for The Fate of the Furious, which led the film to make $1.02 billion at the international box office. This massive push into foreign markets and the notably diverse cast of the film set it up for a huge success, and it delivered. The Fate of the Furious ended 2017 as the third highest grossing movie of the year, and it netted Vin Diesel a cool $20 million. Vin Diesel also played the titular character in the Chronicles of Riddick franchise. This series of movies started off with the film Pitch Black, which was released in February of 2000. The film was rather low budget compared to the movies that Vin Diesel normally plays a part in, but this was a relatively early role for the actor. Even though Pitch Black was a low-budget film, it earned over 2 times its budget at the box office, raking in $53.2 million. This dwarfed the film's $23 million budget and cemented Pitch Black as a cult classic in the hearts of many viewers. The success of Pitch Black led to the series expanding, with the sequel The Chronicles of Riddick releasing in 2004. This film was negatively received, and even though it had a budget of over $100 million, The Chronicles of Riddick actually lost money and failed to earn back the massive amount of money spent on the film. The sequel to The Chronicles of Riddick, simply dubbed Riddick, was planned after Vin Diesel's career took a sharp upward turn, along with the second film seeing a large number of DVD sales. This prompted the creation of a new script for what would eventually become Riddick, which was released in 2013 to moderate box office success. Even though the Chronicles of Riddick franchise had its ups and downs, the series of films earned a whopping $268 million at the box office, and had a stellar performance in physical movie sales. This series definitely earned Vin Diesel a fair amount of dough, and it was successful enough to spawn yet another entry into the franchise, Riddick 4, Furia, which is set to release sometime in the early 2020s. Vin Diesel is no stranger to superhero superstardom either. Diesel played the lovable extraterrestrial tree creature Groot in Guardians of the Galaxy and Avengers series of films. According to reports, Vin made $18 million per movie. Wouldn't you love to get paid that much money just to say, "I am Groot"? And there's another movie role that spawned its fair share of toys and action figures. There is a seemingly endless amount of Groot-related merchandise, ranging from collectible pop figurines to Halloween costumes to action figures and toys of all types. People can't seem to get enough of the lovable tree man who can only say his name. You might be asking, what does Vin Diesel spend all of his money on? Well, for one thing, he has a collection of cars that would make his on-screen counterpart Dominic Toretto jealous. Part of his extensive collection is vintage muscle cars, and one of these amazing pieces of Americana is his immaculate 1974 Plymouth Barracuda. This muscle monster was modified with a massive 426 horsepower 8-cylinder Hemi engine that easily propels the car to incredible speeds. The Cuda has a glossy black finish, which is the perfect color for such a mean-looking ride. The base Plymouth Cuda goes for around $40,000, and with all of those upgrades will cost upwards of $100,000. Another amazing car in the collection of Vin Diesel is his 1969 Dodge Charger Daytona. This was the first year of the Dodge Charger's aerodynamic redesign that some may recognize from NASCAR legend Richard Petty, who drove this model of car in the 1969 NASCAR Cup season. There's a big difference in these two rides, however. Richard Petty's Dodge Daytona was the iconic Petty Blue that is instantly recognizable to all NASCAR superfans. Diesel's version of this car, however, is emblazoned with a fiery orange paint scheme that looks perfect on this speed demon of a vehicle. Vin Diesel is no stranger to modern cars either. Part of his stunning collection is a 2014 Lykan Hypersport. This car is the absolute pinnacle of luxury vehicles and is valued at over $3 million. The Hypersport is so luxurious that buyers are given the choice of what precious gem they want embedded in the headlights. The choice of gemstone is between rubies, sapphires, diamonds, and yellow diamonds. If you ask us, there's no going wrong with any of those choices. This Lykan Hypersport may be the rarest vehicle in Vin Diesel's impressive car collection. Only 7 of these exclusive luxury vehicles were ever made, and Vin was lucky enough to get his hands on one. Another impressive title that this car may hold is Vin Diesel's most powerful automobile. While this Lykan Hypersport may only have a 6-cylinder engine under the hood, it's turbocharged. This turbocharged flat-six engine can pump out a whopping 760 horsepower. The manufacturer of this supercar claims that the Hypersport can reach a top speed of 245 miles per hour, which is very impressive for an engine that size. How's that for fast and furious? So, which one of Vin Diesel's luxury cars would you want to have in your own garage? Let us know in the comments below. As always, thanks for watching. If you enjoy the video, make sure to leave a like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. We would really appreciate it, and we'll see you in the next one.